Good morning, Aberdale School. I hope that you're keeping well. I have been asked today to talk about my hero. This should be an easy task for me because I have lots of them. I could easily speak for 20 minutes about Sir Trevor Brooking, or Stevie Wonder, or Ella Fitzgerald, or Jack Benny. In fact, the list goes on and on and on. But hold on a minute. Am I not meant to be the director of e-learning? Shouldn't my hero be an e-learning hero? Well, yes, and I have a few of those as well. Like many of you, I watch a lot of YouTube. In fact, I watch more YouTube than I watch television. Yes, a lot of my viewing is for entertainment, but I also use YouTube to learn about the things that interest me. So today's assembly is going to be about not one, but 5 YouTube e-learning heroes. If you are trying to guess who they might be, then I have to say that I'll be surprised if you could pick more than one of them. I have never seen a YouTube video from PewDiePie, or KSI, or Logan Paul. But that's okay. You're allowed to have your heroes, and I'm allowed to have mine. So without further ado, here are my 5 YouTube e-learning heroes. I cannot give you the name of my first e-learning hero, because I do not know it. I have never seen his face, or heard him speak. I am pretty sure that he is a man, because I have seen his hands, but I could be wrong. This YouTuber has a channel called My Mechanics, in which he takes old, damaged tools and restores them to pristine condition. Surely that must be really boring, and no one will be interested in that. Well, 4 million people have watched him restore this oil lamp, 6 million this coffee grinder, and 24 million people watched this bench vise restoration. So what do so many of us like about My Mechanics? Well, for me, it is his attention to detail. I have watched him machine individual screws that he could have bought for pennies at a hardware store. He also demonstrates that if a job is worth doing, then it is worth doing well. Many of his restorations look better restored than they did when they were new. He shows us that just because something is old, that doesn't make it junk that should be thrown away. My second e-learning hero is Daniel Schiffman. He is a professor of creative computing at New York University in the United States. His YouTube channel is called The Coding Train. Now, you might not have heard of Daniel, but if you are in year 6, then many of the processing lessons I have taught to you during the last 2 years were inspired by the coding chain. Daniel's greatest skill is showing how mathematics and coding can be used in creative and artistic ways. Who knew that this formula can be used to plot the coordinates of a circle, which could then be used as the basis for beautiful artworks? Who knew that a heart can be represented by this formula? Well, thanks to Daniel, I know, and I was able to share this knowledge with my pupils. My third e-learning hero is Bernadette Banner. I discovered Bernadette's YouTube channel when I was researching for our Year 3 clothing course in creativity. Before this course, I had not used a needle and thread since primary school, and I have never used a sewing machine. I needed help. Bernadette's channel might not have been my best choice, as she does not give basic sewing advice. Instead, she shows us how she recreates historic clothing from the Victorian age and earlier. I can say with complete certainty that I will never make a medieval princess dress, but I am fascinated by the painstaking and highly skilled work that she puts into her clothing. I have been inspired to try to make some clothing, and although my first shirt took far longer than I expected, I will persevere. My fourth e-learning hero is Alec Still. You might recognise him if you watch the History Channel. His show, Forged with Steel, billed him as Britain's youngest blacksmith. Alec is only 22, but he has been demonstrating his metalworking on YouTube for 8 years. His work is of outstanding quality, and his swords can sell upwards of $20,000. The most inspiring thing about Alec is that he never stops learning. During the last year, he has attended courses on gem setting and can now make highly professional jewellery. I also admire the courage he showed in emigrating to another country at such a young age so that he could pursue his ambitions. My final e-learning hero is the Craftsman. The Craftsman's Steady Crafting YouTube channel demonstrates a wide range of craft activities that can be attempted at home. The Craftsman does not want to share his identity, so he presents his videos as a glove puppet. His activities include sculpting models, creating moulds, and casting, as well as many others. The techniques he demonstrates appear deceptively simple, but it takes a high level of skill to produce the quality of work that he does. More importantly, and despite only appearing as a puppet, many viewers feel they know the Craftsman is a really special human being and have a real affection for him. I think we'd all agree that the world cannot have too many genuinely nice people. So these are my 5 e-learning heroes that can be found on YouTube. They are all excellent teachers and they demonstrate qualities that I really admire. They are pursuing their passions. They are not afraid to be individuals. They have developed, through hard work, excellent skills in what they do. They have determination and do not give up when things go wrong. Is there anyone on YouTube that you have learnt from? If you would like to share this with me, then please feel free to leave your comment in your ICT or Creativity Seesaw class. Thank you very much for listening.